On Your Sideline is sponsored by Seidenstricker Nobi John Deere.
Well, if you love St. Louis, we have got a show for you tonight. The Cards are back in town, and Jason Tatum is on the court in the NBA Finals. Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I'm Corey Miller.
And I am Hannah Yates. First, we start with our high school state championship coverage. 4 local girls soccer programs became Missouri state champions in the last week. MICDS won it in Class 2.
First, we're going to update some games from tonight, though, both for Edwardsville. First, baseball. The boys defeated nationally ranked Brother Rice in the state semifinal 7-4. They'll play for the 4A title tomorrow against Mundelein. Now the girls, Edwardsville softball, they were taking on St. Charles North in their semifinal, but the result wasn't quite as sweet as their baseball counterparts. They fell 2-0. Congrats to them on a great season.
On Saturday, the Fort Zumwalt South girls soccer team won back-to-back Class 3 state titles following their win over Glendale this past weekend. 2 players combined for 69 goals this season, and the Bulldogs boys team won their 3rd straight crown in the fall as both soccer programs remain dominant in our area. Girls coach Leanne Sanders says it speaks to their soccer community.
A group of girls, I want to say there's a group of probably 6 girls on my team that started playing together when they were like 4 years old, which is crazy. So I think it's just around the area, so many friends all play, and so they just play at a high level. I mentioned to one of my coaches, I was like, can you imagine what backyard soccer looks like in our area? Like, it has to be insane.
The St. Dominic girls soccer team celebrated an even longer winning streak this week. The Class 4 state champs held a banquet in honor of their three-peat. They became the first team in any sport in St. Dominic history to win 3 straight state titles. As of this week, they're ranked 5th nationally by the United Coaches Spring Ratings. The team says it speaks to the program's depth.
I think keeping the same kind of core little group in the middle kind of helps. With new girls coming in, we kind of get to carry on some legacies and some traditions that we had from the past years and kind of show the new girls kind of the way that it goes on the St. Dominic soccer team.
I mean, Coach Keller always says that we're not defending our title like we already won it, so we just work to get a new one. And so I think that it's just, I mean, all the practices, all the games, all the scrimmages that we do against JV, I think they all just help, and it's very rewarding to win.
It's not the first time that we've been nationally ranked, so it's nice that the school gets that recognition. It's nice that the program, but it is on the heels of great players and great talent and great teams that we've been able to produce at St. Dominic. And so, you know, it's a credit to the players and their skill and ability.
Congratulations to them. In Class 1, Whitfield took the crown, something that has never happened before. It was the first girls soccer title in school history since head coach Jeff Gacciaretti started the program in 1997. Sophomore Mia Devereaux led the team with a hat trick to win the title and 38 goals this season, a new school high. She was the answer for the Warriors, and she has big goals for her junior year.
I know from last year I got 29 and now I have 38, so I'm about maybe around 60 or 70 goals total. So next year I wanted to get to 100 goals, and I know that not a lot of people do that. I know usually girls hit that around their senior mark, so I want to hit that my junior mark.
Running up to there kind of took a little bit out of them. She would have gotten to even more soccer balls and than she did get to in the championship game, but she's quite a fighter and a strong finisher, to say the least. And so, I'm very proud of her, and she should be as well.
Sometimes all it takes is the actions of one person to start something that lasts. On the fairways and greens of Normandy Golf Club in North St. Louis, Anandra Cheney is blazing a trail. She's hoping her Normandy High School teammates follow her lead. Normandy junior Anandra Cheney has fallen in love on the golf course. But she admits it was a bit of a rocky relationship at first.
I remember the first time I ever picked up my club and swung, I think my ball went right in front of me.
It may not have been a dream start, but Cheney observed a valuable lesson from others working on their game that told her to keep going.
The dedication that I saw everybody else have, I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
And while Cheney was falling in love with the game, it did take some convincing for her friends to understand her new passion.
The first time I told my friends I play golf, they was like, really? That's for old people. And I was like, wow. no, but after I started like showing them videos of me playing, they was like, dang, I might start playing golf. It looks fun.
Most high schoolers have a team to lean on out on the course. Cheney, though, is in a unique situation. How many other golfers are there at Normandy right now? Zero. Just you, right?
Just me.
As a one-woman team, Cheney spent this past season competing alongside the University City team and on her own. Her trailblazing nature started a movement, though, with Normandy planning to expand their golf efforts and put together a full team for next season. Cheney knows a typical golf course isn't filled with people who look like she does, and as a young black girl, she wants to show others who do look like her how much fun golf can be.
I think it's very exciting first because not a lot of people look like me that's playing golf. And it's like, I really encourage people to start playing golf because it's not a bad sport. You have a lot of fun. And like once you get into it, it's so many things you can learn. Like golf has taught me so much outside of just golf. And like the restrictions that people put on themselves, like, oh, if I don't see nobody doing it that look like me, I'm not gonna do it. But it's more like just get programs out there for young people like me. Like the same way I started, more people can start and be out there playing golf just like me.
As for the future, Cheney's up for wherever her new passion can take her.
Like it's a door that I'm walking into and it's opening up way more doors.
Well, the whole world knows about Jason Tatum's basketball talents now, but we can claim to have known him when he was still just a youngster. We're taking a trip back into the KSDK vault, coming up next.
He's still just 24 years old, and he's already one of the biggest stars in basketball. Now in his first NBA Finals, he has the most intense spotlight he's ever had. But this kid from Chaminade High School has proven every step of the way that pressure is no problem. Tatum leads the Celtics into Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight against the Warriors, and he has lived up to his lofty expectations so far. Through 3 games, Tatum is averaging 22 points, nearly 6 rebounds, and more than 8 assists. He's even added some extra St. Louis flavor to the series with his interaction with Nelly after Game 3. While the rest of the basketball world may still be getting to know Tatum as a superstar, we've known in St. Louis for quite a long time. Here's our Frank Cusimano back in 2012.
This young man is 14 years old.
Hopefully go to the NBA. Doctor said small as 6'10", tall as 7'1".
This is Jason Tatum. You may not know him now, but shortly he'll be the next big thing in basketball in our town. This 6'5" freshman to be at Chaminade has size, skill, and a work ethic.
We have practice from 4 to 6 and workouts from 6 to 8. Then after that, still get some shots up.
His father, Justin, who coached Soldan to the state title this year, made sure that no matter how big Jason was going to be, that he was going to have perimeter guard skills.
When I had my son Jason, I told him, hey, I want to put this ball in your hands so you can learn outside in instead of inside out.
You are really young, really tall, and really athletic. I'm none of the three, but we're going to play. You ready?
All right.
After taking an early lead, the youngster dominated. Remember the name, Jason Tatum. I will.
I'm just getting his confidence up now.
Isn't that great? No offense to Frank. I think Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are a little bit harder to guard tonight than Frank was. Let's check in on Jason tonight, though. He had 23 points. The Celtics are currently losing 104-97. Steph Curry just decided to go off in this game, and it's really not fair when he decides to do that. He's got 40 right now. If the Warriors win, they'll even up the series at 2 games apiece.
All right, the St. Louis Cardinals are back home. Dylan Carlson is back from the IL, and Andre Palante is back on the mound. That's all coming up next.
The Cardinals returned home to Busch Stadium tonight after being swept in 3 games by the Tampa Bay Rays. So, the perfect medicine to start off a long homestand? The Cincinnati Reds, right? It sure looked like that early on. Dylan Carlson, he was back in the lineup tonight off his hamstring injury, and the Reds helped the Cardinals get some early runs. Nolan Arenado gets this base hit in the first, but the Reds are going to throw it all around and allow Paul Goldschmidt to come in all the way to score. Cardinals scored another run on the air in the first inning. On the mound, Andre Palante was impressive again. 5 1/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, and no runs. The Cardinals would make it interesting late, but they ended up escaping. They get the win 2-0 to open the series.
Before the major leaguers hit the field tonight, it was Play Ball Day this morning at Busch Stadium, where the kids took over. The Play Ball initiative helps foster a love of baseball at a young age, and events are being held all over the country this weekend. Today, kids got to run the bases, get some big league instruction, and work on their fielding in the Busch Stadium outfield. It was a big hit all around.
Yeah, really good. It was so cool being on the field of where the Cardinals play.
People to get a chance to come down to the ballpark, come out onto the field, have a clinic out in the outfield of Busch Stadium is a pretty unique experience, and so everybody seems to be really happy.
Awesome event, and be sure to join us tomorrow night. Oakville native Pat Maroon going to take the ice in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. We don't have the Blues to root for anymore, but everybody's rooting for Pat Maroon to get back to the Stanley Cup.
Oakville native, we love to see it. Plus, we hear from Post-Dispatch writer Dave Matter about the future of the Missouri basketball program. With Corey Miller, I am Hannah Yates. Have a great night.
On Your Sideline was sponsored by Sidenstricker Nobi John Deere.